Hello friends, welcome to Amit Things. In this video, we'll be learning about how we can create alert box in Bootstrap 4. To create a alert box, you need some classes. Here are the classes you need. The options work like we saw in the previous videos, like to set a success alert box action. For info alert box, you can use the alert info class. For warning, you can use the warning alert box. In the same way for others, you can easily use it. Let's say for warning alert box, you will be having orange color. For danger alert box, you will be having red color. For primary, you can set key info and it will have a blue color. Secondary will have secondary info, like less important info. Light will add a light colored alert as well as a dark colored alert for alert dark class. So firstly, we'll focus on the first part, classes. So let's learn with an example. Now here is an example, Bootstrap for alerts. The basic Bootstrap structure is visible. We have used CDN. Now let's move to the code. The demo code includes div class is equal to container, which will provide us a fixed width as well as a demo heading. So now let's add our first alert. So here you can see I've added the first alert with div and a class as alert as well as alert success class. This will show an alert box that would state the success action. So let's run it. Here you can see our alert is visible. In the same way, we can add it for others like info, secondary, darken, lighten, and others. Let's add it. So success, I'll add info then. Now I'll add primary, I'll add secondary, I'll add danger, warning, dark, and light. I guess I have completed all of them. Light. So now I'll run all of them. On running, you can see this is our code, and on the right, these are all alert boxes. The last one is lighter one, and the darker one is above. With that, we have a warning with somewhat like orange color. Then we have other alert boxes. In the same way, you can add a new alert box. For every alert, you need to add a new div class. So now let's focus on the other part of the concept. Now we have completed the classes. So now we will learn how to add a close symbol to the right of the alert to close it. Some of the alerts will have closing symbol like this so that you can close it. Let's see how we can add it. So let's say we need to add it on the first one. So we will use the alert dismissible class. With that, we will use an attribute and add a closing icon instead of the X sign. For closing icon, we will be using and times. This is an HTML character for X that will look like a closing icon. So let's add it. So here I'll add button in the form of an icon. Button type is equal to button. To add a button, we are using it. Now I'll add a class which is close to show it as a close icon and an attribute for alert. And here now I'll set the HTML character. After that, I'll close the button. So this is how we have added a close icon that will allow users to close the alert. Now let's run it. Now here you can see our sign is visible. Now I'll click on it to close it. Now you can see it is closed, and now only 7 alerts are visible. Initially 8 alerts were visible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have closed the first one. In this way you can close your alert. Now while closing an alert, you may have seen on some website that some additional information is given and you can close that alert box while closing, it should show a fading effect that you are closing it. For that, you need to use two classes. To close an alert box and add a fading effect, you need to use the fade as well as show class. So let's add it. So I'll add it here and let's see what happens. I'll run it again, and here you can see your alert is visible. Now I'll close it. On closing, you may have seen that it is showing somewhat like a transition, like it's fading. Here you can see now it's fading. So to add it, we use two classes, fade and show. Now let's move on to the another part. Now you can also add a link in the alert box. Let's say you need to add more info link to an alert box. You can easily add it. For adding an alert link, let's say we will add it on the second one. You need to use a tag. Let's add a tag and add a link like you always add, and add a class that is alert link bootstrap class, and that's it. Here you can add a text. So why we used alert link class? So that it looks the same. Like for example, the primary will have a blue colored alert like shown here. So to add a link to it, the color of the link should look the same, somewhat the same, so that it looks like the link is related to the alert box text. For that, let's say we are adding it here in the primary so that we can easily show the color difference. Now you can add any link here like https example.com, like more info link is like here your more or info. Okay, so here's the link, and we have added it for more info. Now we will close it. Now I'll run it and let's see the difference. Here you can see we have added more info. I can add space here and run it again. Now you can see the more info link is visible, and it is having almost the same color like the primary alert, which is blue. Now you will click on it and you will move to the example.com link. So in this video we learned about how we can create alerts in Bootstrap 4. We use the following classes to create alert. With that we learned how we can add a closing symbol in the form of a closing icon using the and times character. Then we learned how we can add a fading effect using the fade and show classes. Then we added a link to the alert box using the alert link class. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, then please share it with others and subscribe to our YouTube channel.